Hi, I'm doing Size. Today I'm going to talk about cops shooting people, and my audience is Carly and my dog Chaz, and I'm going to get this started. Do you think police went overboard and used excessive force when killing people? According to New York Times, when the Justice Department surveyed police departments nationwide in 2013, officials included for the first time a series of questions about how often officers use force. Ever since, protesters in Ferguson, Missouri set off a national discussion about policing. The Justice Department survey had the potential to reveal whether officers were more likely to use force in diverse or homogeneous cities, in depressed areas or wealthy suburbs, and in cities or rural towns. But when the data was issued last month without a public announcement, the figures turned out to be almost useless. Nearly all departments said they kept track of the shootings, but in accounting for all uses of force, the figures varied widely. According to Matt Apuzzo and Sarah Cohen, some cities included episodes in which officers punched suspects or threw them to the ground. Others did not. Some counted use of lethal weapons such as beanbag guns, others did not. As many departments, including large ones such as those in New York, Houston, Baltimore, and Detroit, either said they did not know how many times their officers had used force or simply refused to say. That made any meaningful analysis of data impossible. People make it hard to gather data and try to protect officers and depict them as always doing good. The media does this because we're supposed to look up and feel safe around our law enforcement. I think there should be data that shows all the excessive force used by cops, and we should let the public know how many cops aren't doing their job. There was a recent incident where two policemen killed a guy outside a convenience store because cops thought they saw a gun. There's a video of cops using excessive force and shooting the black man, Alton Sterling, 6 times, almost like it was execution style. Cops need to follow protocol and not get feared before they start firing into a man. Do you think what the police did was justified? It can go different ways. An example from Vox.com would be if a police officer were to murder someone in cold blood while on the job, he wouldn't be just breaking the law, but he wouldn't be following his handbook. But something can be against police department's policy without being against the law. I don't think some of these killings were justified, especially some of these killings that have been subject to African Americans. The Michael Brown shooting especially makes me think that excessive force was used. Brown was unarmed, so if the cop wanted to arrest him, all he would have to do is tackle him and put him in handcuffs. And that'd be all the excessive force you need. But Wilson went overboard and killed Brown 150 feet away from his car. There's some cases that can be justified, but from what I've seen on the news and other media-like resources, it depicts the cops as not always being justifiable and killing someone without hard actual evidence. Thank you.